Y'all know I am a huge Power Rangers fan. Since I was a pup, I was like, go, go, Power Ranger. You know what I'm saying? What up, comic bros? Super Sean here, and this is Power of Comics. Today, fan word. Videos for Comic-Con fans dropped a video featuring the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger, and they are essentially talking about their time on the Power Rangers show, why it ended the way they did, why they left the show, and they are exposing some juicy secrets. So, yo, you know I'm here for all the comic book tea. Y'all know Super here, and I want to share with y'all. This is Power of Comics, and without further ado, let's get into it.
This is the part that gets me. We agreed that we were going to stick together as a unit.
Right.
We were going to fight this together.
Right. That didn't happen.
Very nice about this.
Well, different people, for their different reasons, changed their mind. Obviously, that would be Amy Jo and David Yost and Jason Frank. And all of them had their own reasons for deciding, you know what, we don't want to renegotiate the contract after all. We're just going to grin and bear it. But we wanted to stand up for ourselves because we felt like we were being bullied and we felt like we deserved more and that we had earned the right to be treated like professional actors.
Hey man, welcome to Fanword. I am Austin. This is my man.
Walter Emmanuel Jones.
We've done a lot of videos. We've done a lot of work together, a lot of episodes. We have spent a lot of time doing some incredible stuff all around the world. He and I got to talking. We realized that while each of us has talked about why we left the show, we have never really done it in depth and not together. Man, why don't you kick it off? Tell them what you remember.
Well, you know, what happened was I know a lot of our fans were very disappointed when we left the show. I mean, we were disappointed. We didn't want to leave. We wanted to be there. We wanted to do the movie. We had earned this movie. This movie was like...
And it was like 30 days before the movie.
Yeah, it was like the catalyst to what we had built up to. So we went from nothing into like the world's greatest kids show in the world in 40 countries and
90 languages?
Yeah, which was pretty incredible.
And it was going to be a $40 million film done in Australia.
The show, the TV show itself, was non-union. Okay, yep. So originally we got a contract, and the contract was not that great, but we were told, hey, you could take this contract and show it to your lawyers or to your agent, but first person comes back and wants to change anything, we're gonna fire you.
See, he got a different message that day than I did, because I was underage. So it was a week before my 18th birthday, and I was like, and I wasn't there, I didn't have a parent, I didn't have an agent, because I wasn't an actor, so I didn't know anything, and I can remember them looking at me, and I was like, shouldn't I have, like, my mom or dad here or an agent? And they looked at me and they're like, there are about 300 other people outside that door that will sign that if you don't. And that was what I got. I was like, okay. And they just told me, could you post date it a week to your 18th birthday?
Can you post date it a week to your 18th birthday? So he was 17 actually when he signed the contract. Boy, get the Vaseline ready. You know what I'm saying? They was taking advantage of this young talent, and I hate that. They seen it. For a show that was as popular as Power Rangers, everybody on that cast should have been set for life, bro. It doesn't make any sense to me. He just said 40 countries, 90 freaking languages. I didn't even know they had 90 freaking languages. I didn't even know they had that many. This baffles me. This is crazy. And they told that man, hey, post date it. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and post date it. Talking about they got 300 people. It don't matter if they got 300 people. They want you. They want you, Red Ranger. Austin, they want you because you was a real martial artist. He just said it. I wasn't an actor, man. You was perfect prey, man. It's all good, though. You still a legend in my book. Let's keep it moving.
Well, the thing is, as well, as an actor that's pursuing the acting career, the pilot was, it was a pilot, and we were told beforehand, if this pilot gets picked up, it's going to be picked up for 40 episodes. Now, 40 episodes is unheard of because usually a series is 12 episodes.
A single season.
Yeah. A single season, right? And so 40 episodes as somebody that's never had a television show is pretty tremendous. And
years of work.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it was like, well, this is contract's not very good and it's non-union, but 40 episodes is a lot of experience to have under your belt. And if this does anything, then even if it doesn't do anything, I got 40 episodes of experience on my belt as an actor, as a lead actor on a television show.
Yeah, that's crazy because for me, again, I learned from all these guys because I literally knew nothing. I was still in high school. I literally dropped out of high school to take the job. So while he's talking about lead roles, 40 episodes, I knew none of that. All I was thinking was, I'm gonna be a superhero on TV. Like, that was, wow.
Who doesn't want to do that, right?
Right,
Everybody wants to be a superhero.
You really
I'm like,
can't
yo.
fault them for thinking like that, because I know if, back then, I probably would have been thinking the same thing. You know what I mean? You have no acting experience. You like, yo, I'm about to be in this cool-ass costume. I'm about to be knocking fools out. I'm about to be the man, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the happened to you? I got the A. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Let's keep it moving.
We did the show. The show became a huge success. Within the first week, they told us, congratulations, guys.
Your show is #1 in the world.
Number one. And then we're sitting down looking at each other like...
It was so informal.
The world? Did you say the world?
Yeah. Number one on the Nielsen's rating? Was that the same
Nielsen's
thing?
ratings and the...
It was crazy.
Yeah. So here we are with this #1 kids show in the world that took down some pretty heavy competition in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Every day we're getting better. Now we've entered our second season. 40 episodes down in the tanks. We're the #1 kids show. We're going to the market and our faces on the magazines. You know, when you go to market and you're like, oh, that's me on the magazine right there. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I'll take this juicy fruit, thank you.
That's right. Back in the day, we had this TV Guide. You don't know what that is now, but we were on the covers of TV Guide and Teen Beat magazine.
And
we were
Disney
everywhere.
Adventure, all this cool stuff. The experience was amazing, although it wasn't something that made us, we weren't wealthy. Obviously, we weren't making that much money on the show.
Bro, we were
Contracts
broke.
It was a non-union contract, so we weren't making a lot of money. It's not like we could buy brand new cars. I think we were driving our beaters for a long time. Eventually, in the second season, we were offered a contract to do a commercial, and with this commercial, we would get these free Suzuki sidekicks, which
were recalled later because they would flip over on their sides.
Sometimes you got to take that situation. Sometimes you got to take that situation and parlay it into something bigger. You know what I mean? Like people that go viral. They might not have no money at first, but they gotta parlay into something bigger. Like they said, they was on covers of these magazines. They was doing this, they was doing that. Like, you know what I mean? So yes, you might have not been getting paid from the gig itself a lot, but there was so many other avenues that you could have took advantage of while being #1 in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have had I blame your agent, man. Your agent owe you some money, man. Because how the hell are you #1 in the world? You're the freaking Red Ranger. You're the leader of the group. You're the freaking Red Ranger. You know what I'm saying? So how is your agent not parlaying that into shit? Like, come on. This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. And in the Black Ranger, you had dance moves, dog. You should have been on all the mother dance shows. You should have been in all the hip hop videos, man. Come on, man. Hire your boy as a manager. I got you. Let's keep it moving.
Like, go ahead. You can have that.
Exactly. You
Go
can have this
yourself.
car for doing this commercial. Now, as a SAG actor on a commercial, you might make anywhere from $30,000 to $45,000 for a SAG commercial Exhibit A.
That's just payment. That's not
that's
the
just
residual.
payment and residuals, and so that would be fair as a SAG actor. But again, we're non-union, not necessarily fair. But the idea for the cars was incentive to do this, and we did it, and it was cool. The cars didn't turn out. We didn't get to pick our own cars. They just gave us whatever. Okay, we got 3 white ones. We got
I remember the other
I don't know
colors.
the other colors, but I think we got a little paycheck. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't big. It wasn't what it
There's
was
a reason we don't remember it.
Yeah. So second season, we're doing the show and things are going well, but it's weird because they lowered the budget on the set. So the first season, our
do you
craft
do that?
service was like amazing. We had all this healthy stuff.
Craft
you know,
service was
like,
where they set up all the food on set so you can go and eat and get coffee and drink.
you know, protein
And the food
bars
truck.
and all this cool stuff that you can eat that was healthy for you. And the second season, craft service was like just
Here's your celery stick and
potato
your cookies.
chips and yeah, it was like not anything that was necessarily healthy for us.
Oh,
And it was
man,
weird because it
hell
was
no.
like, that's weird that the budget dropped.
How do you drop it on
They
the
made
world's...
$1 billion in the first season. $1 billion. You know $1 billion is 999 million. Add one, that's $1 billion. That's $1 billion. 999 million?
If you spent every day on a street corner handing out a $1 bill, you could not pass out $1 billion in your lifetime.
You would expect that after all of the success.
They made $1 billion, dog. $1 billion freaking dollars. And they was paying them pennies, bro. Y'all can't tell me. Y'all can't tell me Hollywood ain't dirty, dog. These are the star actors of the show, man. Man, that's why you gotta have that paperwork right. You gotta have that paperwork right. You gotta be business savvy. And you guys really can't get mad because y'all was over 18. Y'all grown at the time, man. Y'all grown men. I'm gonna call it how I see it. Y'all was grown men. Let's keep it moving.
First season that we would get a big bump in the second season, but we did not. And you know, the show was successful and we had contracts and we were continuing to work and it was getting better. So it was like, we'll stick it out. So
see where it goes.
Yeah, see where it goes.
Give them a faith.
We're here. We're in it to win it. It looks like everything's going great.
I agree with all that. For me, I had people on the crew from behind the scenes, and they were probably talking to you too, all you guys. I mean, we all talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
But I can remember a lot of the crew coming to me off camera, being like, "Man, you guys should go union. This should be.
Exactly.
Look at what they're doing. You guys are getting screwed. Blah 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 blah." Because the crew, they were getting paid even crappier than we were.
Right.
It was really about helping everybody on the set just get what they're worth, man. Not get rich.
Exactly. Make it union. Make it fair. Because when you're in the union, what happens is there's rules that have to be abided by. If you go over a certain time and overtime, you have to be paid a certain amount. If you got over that, you get like twilight time, golden time. You know, so then you don't mind doing the work because, well, you're being compensated for it. And what you make is according to what Screen Actors Guild was called normal.
But what that does for the producers is it drives their budget up and they get angry because now their margin's slim. But that's on a show that's not making a lot of money. On a show that's made $1 billion, you're not really supposed to worry about just giving people a bump and taking care of them.
And that's in the first season. So second season, you know it's already doing quite well.
Yeah.
Basically, it was unfair. It was unfair to the actors that we couldn't afford a house. We still couldn't really afford a car.
The crew too.
You know, the crew as well. It was like
It was unfair as he's being really nice about it.
It sucked. But we're famous, and that's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool because we had the advantage of having these.
Come on, y'all famous, right? Yeah, y'all on this show, but y'all can't even afford a car. Come on, bro. This is that. I think I'm gonna call cap on that because I'm gonna call cap on that straight up. I know people that work shit jobs, man, and can afford a car. You on TV. You was getting something. Y'all was getting a little something from this fame. Fame brings a little something to your plate. You know what I mean? It may not bring all the fortune that you was hoping you would get from the TV show, but to come off and tell me that you couldn't afford a car, I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that at all. Let's keep it moving.
Fans and getting loved up by all these kids that we are satisfying. I mean, it was weird.
That's the best part of the show.
We didn't even get the toys. That was weird. Why didn't they give us the toys? It was like,
bro, do you remember the jackets on set?
I still have mine.
Yeah, I had mine, but I don't anymore.
We had to pay for them.
Because I had to move. We did. We had to pay for them.
Yeah, it was like $75 for the Power Ranger jacket.
That was for the cheap one. Like if you wanted the lambskin one, it was like $375 at the time. That was like half my paycheck per episode.
Yeah. It was crazy. All of that being said, we're having a great time, but we know it's not fair. We know it should be union. We know that the things should be better for us than they are.
Yep.
And then they came to us and said, guys, we have the most exciting news. 20th Century Fox is gonna do a movie about Power Rangers. They want to use all of you guys. And we've signed contracts already with all of you guys to be in the movie. It's gonna be amazing. There's gonna be new costumes. It's gonna be big. This big budget.
$40 million film.
Yes.
And you get to go to Australia.
Yes, it's gonna be amazing. But we gotta give you your contract. So we're like, all right, cool.
That sounds great.
Yeah, this is awesome.
We're thinking maybe we'll finally get paid.
Man, And then we get the contract.
It was a joke.
The contract is for 3 movies, not 1 movie.
That's right.
It's for 3 movies, which means after being locked into a contract for 40 episodes, locked in for another contract for 40 episodes, and being treated unfairly for 80 episodes, now we're gonna do movies, and it's not just 1 movie, but it's 3 movies. So that means whatever I sign right now is law because I signed it. I can't renegotiate this because I wasn't able to renegotiate the contracts that I signed already. If I sign this right now, then that's what it is.
To give you a little pre-story, of the original 5, before Tweet Tran came on board, there was a wonderful girl. Her name was Audrey Dubois.
Yeah.
And after the pilot got picked up, she knew then we were gonna get screwed. And she went to Haim Saban and was like, hey, this is jacked. You need to pay us more. And he fired her.
Yep.
And he liked her. Like, they got along.
Yeah.
And so we knew this. And now we're at a place where we're looking, I mean, I remember the numbers in that contract.
So there was supposed to be a different Yellow Ranger, y'all. When she spoke up for herself and came to him like, yo, y'all need to run this paper because look, this ain't right, man. This ain't right. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. Bye-bye, sweetie. We don't need you. Man, that's cold game, man. That is cold game. Granted, to be fair, the pilot had just got picked up. So, you know, at that time, they didn't have any idea how well the show was going to do. But, damn. So they seen it. The writing was on the wall. They was like, yo, they'll get anybody in here to do it. They probably was looking at it as, yo, you guys dress in suits, your face is covered. That's what everybody is gravitating to. It's them in the power suits. It's not just you by yourself. Your image and likeness is tied to the power suit. So if you're not in the power, if we can put anybody in the power suit and it's going to go because the kids are loving the Rangers in the power suit. It's not necessarily you and your image and likeness alone. Let's keep it moving.
A lot of the detail, but I remember that.
The numbers were not great at all. They were like, I mean, it was like for what you would make on a major film. I mean, and
As a lead?
As a lead. And when you think about a film doesn't take 2 weeks. A film takes months. I mean, like you're looking at 6 months, 8 months, a year to create this. So
From beginning to end.
from beginning to end. I can just tell you this. The initial movie that we were gonna shoot was under $20,000. How many days we have to work?
That's stupid.
And that's stupid. And then each additional movie was like a bump of maybe $6,000, if that. It was really unfair. So
How are we supposed to do that?
it was ridiculous. It was like, okay, well, we're no longer the amateurs that we were when you first picked us up, before we had any name, before we had anything. Now we've created this show. We have a name for ourselves. We continue to create great product, and it's just not fair. As you guys should treat us like everybody else treats us. Everybody else should treat us like, oh my God, the Black Ranger, who's that? And they're like, you still treating us like, oh, you're actors that have no experience. And that's not the case.
Yeah, like we didn't just create the #1 show in the world. Well, not create, but we're the faces of it.
We're the faces of it. We are the creation of our character.
That's right.
Yes. Basically what happened is we kind of got together and we said, this contract's not really fair.
He's so much nicer about this than I am.
Correction. The power suits, the Ranger helmets, those are actually the faces of the Power Rangers. It's not really your faces. The power suits are the face of the Power Rangers. Let's keep it moving.
The least it should be is it should be unit. We're not asking to be, millionaires. We're not saying, hey, you gotta treat us special, but treat us
That's right.
like a professional actor, which is what we are at this point with 80 episodes under our belt.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Seinfeld, those guys were making $13 million and they shot 13 episodes a year.
That's not what we're asking for.
And their shows didn't have our popularity.
Yeah, and we're not asking for anything like that. We're just make it SAG, make it union. So it's fair. And we all kind of get together and talk about it. And we're like, I think we should get a lawyer and have a lawyer look at the contract. As a group, we should go and renegotiate the contract.
I was mad. I had a lot of people whispering in my ear, and I think they knew I was the youngest and I was probably the most impressionable, which I was. Walt was more level-headed, but he had experience. He knew the system, so I really looked up to him a lot on this stuff. So you definitely handled it different than I did. But we got the lawyer.
We got the lawyer. And then we went to everybody, and everybody agreed, yeah, okay, we'll meet and talk to the lawyer. And then one day we went into the set, and we were like, we got the lawyer, and let's make this happen.
This is the part that gets me.
Okay.
We agreed that we were going to stick together as a unit.
Right.
We were going to fight this together.
Right. That didn't happen.
Very nice about this.
Well, different people for their different reasons changed their mind. Obviously, that would be Amy Jo and David Yost and Jason Frank. And all of them had their own reasons for deciding, you know what, we don't want to renegotiate the contract after all. We're just going to grin and bear it. But we wanted to stand up for ourselves because we felt like we were being bullied and we felt like we deserved more and that we had earned the right to be treated like professional actors.
I'm going to say this. They might have had more of a chance if they all bonded together and said, yo, we all want to be paid more as a unit. But when you got one person willing to do something and the other person not willing to do it and it's just chaos, hey, man, the house always going to win in chaos and turmoil, man. You're not going to beat the house. The house being who? Saban, the producer of the show. You know what I mean? They folded. The rest of the Power Ranger team folded when it was time for them when it was time to make new negotiations. Yo, they was like, hey, we ain't losing our job. Yo, it's morphin' time, mother. They want to do it's morphin' time. They want to call it Dragon Zord. Jason David Frank, he want to play the flute. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You want to play the flute? You going to take what we give you. You going to take what we give you. So, hey, man. Be happy with your decision you made. If I was in their shoes, man, I think I'm the wrong person to ask. I would have been in that Power Ranger suit, man. I'd have been in that Power Ranger suit and I would have been side hustling. I'd have been side hustling, using that to bring me more money outside of the Saban and the TV show. You feel me? Let's keep it moving. It might not have been much that you was getting there, but it was still a jump start. I know fools that started with less, homie. I know fools that started with less. Let's keep it moving.
Though they chose not to be part of it anymore, we decided to just keep running with it.
We stayed the course.
We stayed the course.
And that was Twee Walter and myself.
That was us standing up for ourselves. And
I'm proud of that.
yeah, me too. I wouldn't change
Twee
that.
was.
I wouldn't change that. And Twee
Right.
was as well. And,
That's right.
And it was scary. I mean, I have to say, it's probably one of the scariest things I've ever done. Here we are on this hit show that we created. And I definitely don't want to leave. I definitely want to do the movie. This movie is the legacy of what we created.
It was the pinnacle.
It's the pinnacle. It's
the
like,
time,
this is
yeah.
like going to be the highest point of what Power Rangers has been thus far. With us all as a cast, it's going to be amazing. Really disappointed that the other three guys chose not to go with us.
Very nice.
But we decided to stay the course. And in the process, what happened as we were trying to renegotiate the contract, and lots of things were said. Lots of things were said on both sides. The lawyers were going back and forth about, do you want to do the movie? Can you do a few episodes? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Things are being negotiated.
And there was a little more money thrown on the table in the process.
Yes.
But it was still a joke.
So in the process, what happened was the other three that stayed were offered more to stay. And they had auditions for 3 new Rangers, which I wasn't really sure about. I don't think we knew, or maybe we knew. I think I found out eventually they were auditioning for other Rangers.
Damn, that's cold. So they was offered more to stay. So your sacrifice became their gain because they were offered more to stay and they hired 3 new Rangers. What? I would be livid. I would be livid. Bro, listen, man. Sometimes you roll them dice and you don't hit that 7 all the time. You feel me? Sometimes you hit that 7 after you hit your point. And anybody who know dice, no, that's not good. Let's keep it moving.
They told us that they were going to start casting for the other Rangers.
Yeah,
we had reached a point where negotiations were just crumbling. We knew the other guys had cut a side deal, and we knew they were going to cast the other roles. And at that point, there wasn't much left in the negotiation.
It was interesting, though, because we started doing car shows. So right now we do Comic Cons.
Which also
then we were
pissed
doing
them
car
off.
shows. Yeah, well, because now we were understanding our worth. And a day we were making what we would make.
More than we made in months.
And a weekend we would make what we would make an entire season, which was crazy. It was like, wait, we just made that in a weekend? Like
Yeah,
signing autographs, just signing my name?
We were filling up I can remember, I don't remember if you did the show, but it was car shows and other county fairs, and I did one that was in an aircraft hangar somewhere, I think in Oklahoma. It was a hangar, and the line was, we filled it up.
People would wait in line for 4 hours to come and get their autograph.
It was insane.
Wild. And so, we report back to the other guys, hey guys,
You should do this.
This is our worth. We're signing autographs, and in a weekend we're making more than we made in the first or second season, which is crazy. That's 3 days compared to however much time we spent filming 40 episodes.
And we did the biggest show at Universal Studios for the owners. Broke Universal Studio records.
Yes.
Backed up the highway into downtown LA for 8 miles. Did we get paid?
I don't recall. I don't think we got paid.
There's another one we should remember.
Yeah.
If we got paid, why don't we remember it?
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Exactly, because when you
Come on.
fill up the stadium that Michael Jackson performs in, how much
Madonna.
are those tickets?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and it was supposed to be one show with 1,000 people. It was 4 or 5 shows in the
it was
biggest
6
theater.
shows, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had 30,000 people show up in the day.
Crazy.
So all that happened, and at the end of the day, we just couldn't find a happy medium. They hired 3 new people to be Power Rangers in the film. Everybody went off and they did the film, and they lived happily ever after. I am still disappointed that I didn't do that film, because I think the film with the 6 original Rangers would have been.
The film tanked.
The film did okay. It would have
Not good in the box office.
It would have been amazing if we were all in, because that's what the fans wanted to see. And I know a lot of the fans have come up to me after and just said, you know what, when I found out you weren't in the Power Rangers anymore, I ripped my poster down. I stopped watching the show.
Yeah.
And I know that happened to a lot of people. And
That's not what we wanted.
No, that's not what we wanted at all. We didn't want to leave you guys. We didn't want to be like, oh, I'm over the show.
Bro, when the Black Ranger left, it was a whole bunch of swag leaving, man. Because that man, remember he used to do the dance moves, bro, and then sock you in the face? Bro, be like, down, bow. Hit you with an uppercut, or he might do a little crazy leg. Then a roundhouse kick you, man. He was cold. Mastodon. That boy was cold, man. Yo, he was cold as a mother.
That it wasn't an attitude
We
thing
loved it.
towards the
We
fans.
loved
It
you
was
guys.
just we wanted to stand up for ourselves. And I don't think this story has been told by
Not in this
the
detail.
2 of us. And if Tree were here, she would also be able to add her 10 cents, but she's unfortunately no longer with us.
Yeah, so kind of what
Rest in
sparked
peace
this
to the
video is
Yellow
you and I
Ranger,
got to
man.
talking about it. He remembered things that I had completely forgotten.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So this is the only official, really us video talking about it.
Yeah.
Twee's here with us.
I just
Crazy.
know we were all very scared. And
Terrified.
of what the worst case scenario might be.
We don't-
And we ended up going through the worst case scenario. However,
But we got
I can
through
say
it.
this. Here we are,
That's right.
almost 30 years later.
And stronger for it.
We're stronger for it. And our fans, you guys are still with us. And we appreciate it.
Much love, man. Can't let that go. I'll never let you go.
So now you know what happened and how it happened, and thanks for sticking with us. We love you guys. We have the best fans in the world. Peace and love. It's your boy Walter Jones and Austin St. John.
Yes, sir.
You know what time it is?
Morphin' time.
All day every day.
So that was the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, giving their side of the story of, what happened and why they wasn't in that blockbuster first movie. And you gotta say, man, I still tip my hat to these guys. They are legends in my book. I'm still big fans of these guys. It's messed up. It's really messed up what happened to them, because if they do that movie and the original cast stays together, man, I feel like Power Rangers really, well, they had already went to great heights. They had already done so many great things. These guys worked hard in and day out on a television series, 40-something episodes, appearances. You heard it, man. You heard their story. What do you guys think of their story? please drop it in the comment section. If y'all want to see the video without my reaction, I will link it in the description. I'm your boy, Super Duper. Deuces.